All right, here we go. Part 2 of my Grand Rapids Great Day of Fishing on Favorite Lake. If you didn't see part 1, go ahead and check that out. That was released a few days ago. You might want to do part 1 so you can kind of compare it to part 2. So here we go with part 2 of a great day of fishing in Grand Rapids. All right, so if you're kind of new to the channel, this is Frenzy Island. It's just a circle of weeds here. And there was one day when the fishing was slow on Favorite Lake here, and caught a bunch of them right in front of where I am here. And so I called it Frenzy Island. And then over the years, I've come back, and it's still Frenzy Island. The last time I was here, it was not Frenzy Island. There wasn't much going on. I have to say that happens once in a while here. Then I always say the fish from Frenzy Island are just vacationing out there, and you can usually catch them out there if they're not in here. But we'll see. No hits yet, but we're in a good spot to maybe see if they're in the middle of Frenzy Island. See if we can jig one up in there. Hey, there's one. All right. Felt a tick tick. Oh my goodness. Let's not sling this guy in. I thought it was a little guy. Might be one of the bigger ones of the day. Sometimes you just got to give them what they're looking for. Nice fish. All right. If we get something out of the ordinary, I'll measure today. I've been measuring and weighing a lot on my videos, so let's just catch them. Let's just catch them and appreciate them. All right. Using the jig in here, seeing if maybe there's some fish kind of buried in the cover. Oh, we'll just drive right out of here. Up first, see if we can hit this fish that bumped it before. My jig is swimming. That's what they call it, a swim jig. All right, another nice fish. Don't sling it in. We're slinging it in. All right. Could just see the jig moving that time. That is cool. That guy is long and lean. Maybe it's a gal. Maybe she's just all spawned out. Right. So there are a few fish working around Frenzy Island, and they're on the bigger side. So we're gonna keep going around. It's always nice when you throw a jig to a spot and you go, there should be a fish there. And then there's a fish there. Although, shouldn't you always be throwing your jig to a spot that you think there should be a fish there? You did your job. Got us a couple of big ones. See if we can go get back into some action. Still looking for a giant of all giants. But that's a quest that's never ending. Alright, more of a sunfish pattern bladed jig. I'll put it up above my head once I figure out what it is. Not sure if it's a jackhammer or an Evo. There we go. Always nice to make a lure switch and get a fish on right away. This northern liked it. Judging from that first northern that we caught that had a sunfish in its belly, Wow. That's a pretty good one. Got him right at the end of the snout, which always makes it easier to take off. They always have to just keep their teeth on that power stinger. Nice chunky northern. Awesome. Just hold on long enough to rip apart the lure. Let's see if we can get some more life out of this guy. There we go. Got a sunfish pattern bladed jig, and power stinger off the back is called Swamp Gas. I'm guessing it looks like a tasty old sunfish to those northerns. All right, can't resist. Gonna buzz into shore, try the reeds with the frog for some bass. Yes, back at it with the frog. Gotta give it a shot. It's one of the areas I haven't tried for frog bass yet, is a kind of reedy area with access to shore. Alright, frog is not on the menu. FisherMN, get it through your head. Although we do have one more frog spot we're going to try before the end of the day, I do believe. But let's get back on some fish. See if we can run the chatterbait over some of these weeds here. Got the nice healthy weeds out here. Let's get a nice healthy fish. Fish on. All right. Oh, come on. Oh, darn it. Took me into a reed. That was a nice bass. Right where he was supposed to be, right in front of where the wind is pushing into the reeds. Oh, darn it. Oh, there we go. Nice thing about Favorite Lake, you got another chance right around the corner. There's a good fish. You know, we lost a big one. We catch a big one. All right, look at this guy. Yes. All right, rock and roll. Two nice jumps. There is a great fish. All right. Get him back in the water. Just got to give them what they want today. What they want is a bladed jig and a power stinger. I keep trying to feed them a frog, but it's a bladed jig and a power stinger. All right, we got that good wind blowing us off the spot, not over the spot. Get it back out there. Look at that great combination. All right, back at it. Battery change. Hoping that we found a little area here that's got some bigger bass in it. Ooh, there's another hit. Boy, when we are finding bass, we are finding bunches of them today. For the most part, Frenzy Island had a couple scattered. There we go. Can we sling it in? We'll sling it in. All right. 5 feet of water, slinging a bluegill pattern bladed jig, and for now they're going crazy. Fish on, fish off. Darn it, kind of got me going this way. All right, I'm saying it a lot today, but it's true. Another nice little stretch here coming from Frenzy Island down this shore. Found an area that had some nice feeding big bass. We'll take that all day, every day. There we go. Nice fish. Sling it in, sling it in. Back on the board, getting back to some bass fishing. I tell you, this has been a deadly combination today. I think the fish are definitely keying on small sunfish. You know, the spawn is over, I think, so they're looking for those little baby ones and munching when they see them. So this is a favorite area to use a frog, but man, today the chatterbait's been the star of the show. And there it is again. Right where they're supposed to be. Chunker. There's another one. And when we are finding them, you can't keep them off the hook. Chunker. It's just finding that right size of them. Unbelievable. They refuse to eat a frog. I mean, just refuse. And as I'm coming up on these lily pads, what do I see? Little sunfish. There we go. We'll give them what they want. There's fish. I was looking at this. Oh, that was a nice one. I was looking at these reeds all the way back there because they kind of stuck out. Oh man, that was a big guy. This chatterbait is moving all crazy. Not sure if that sunfish pattern bladed jig I was using got hit too much or what, but it just didn't have the same action anymore. Oh, there we go. Sling it in. Oh my goodness. Like a pro, hooked him in the eyeball. Ugh, sorry, fish. There we go. Decided to just kind of flip one out this way. Paid off. All right, we're going to try a couple of these little inlets to people's places, and then we'll call it a day. There we go. That guy was right where he's supposed to be, right up the corner there. Oh, that's a big guy. Flip him in. That's pretty cool. They're just feeding up. It's not even fall, even though the weather feels like it. So if you fish a lake that has houses on it, always hit the corners of the inlet to their place. Just seems like it's always holding a fish. Or two. There's another one. All right. Future 20-incher. All right, I'll go in circles all day if I need to. Kind of circled around so I could get another cast in there. Paid off with another fish. Let's see if we can have another little frenzy area here. There's another one. Boy, the bass are frisky today. They're jumping. Nice. Alright. Going around in the circle again so we can get the right cast in there. Big Bend Parliament. If you're old enough to understand that reference, you're probably laughing. Coming up on another inlet. Let's see if we can get a couple like we did on the last one. Just kind of working my way up to what I would consider a prime cast. Kind of hitting a bunch of spots. Because if there's fish stacked all the way up there, catch this one first, get them out of there, then that one, then that one. That's the theory anyhow. Oh, there we go. Oh my goodness, that guy. That's a nice fish too. Almost had it reeled up. Ooh. That guy really wanted to be on camera. That's a good fish too. There we go. Another chunky 3-pounder. All right, I guess he didn't want to be on camera too much. There we go. Ooh, thumped it. Ha. Oh, that guy came off. So the last one, I didn't think I had a great hook set on. This one, I thought I had a great hook set on, and he came off. Oh. Put it through there again. There we go. That one almost took the rod out of my hand. Yowzers. All right. It's the time of the day when the hand starts getting a little sore from all the sandpapery teeth on your thumb. All right. There's another fish. What we got? Another bass. All right, finding some on this side of the lake. Future 20-incher. There's a fish. That's a big bass. Biggest of the day. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's the one we've been waiting for. All right. Big old Favorite Lake bass. Just inhaled that electric shed Evo. There's a nice fish. It's long. It doesn't have the belly on it. 19 and a half. 19 and a half inch bass. 4-pound range, I bet. There we go. Great favorite lake bass. Finally got a giant in the boat. Was about finished, and I thought, you know what, I'll just buzz over here and see if I can get some bass in some of these inlets. Well, the plan's working, and we shall extend our day a bit. Another nice bass. We'll sling them. There we go. Finding a bigger average size on this side of the lake. Good fish. There we go. All right, everyone, landing's right around that corner up there. What a day. I might even split this into 2 days. I'm not sure how I'm going to produce this. Electric Shad Evo, doing it late in the day. Found some reeds, and the wind was coming in just perfect, and caught a bunch of bass, some bigger ones too. Went all around the lake today. Had a bunch of little frenzies in different spots. What a great day of fishing. Just blessed to be out here. I hope you're able to get out fishing if that's what you love to do. If you're not able to get out fishing, I appreciate you watching this video, and I'll try to bring you some fishing action every week. Either way, I appreciate you watching this video. I'll see you on the next one. Hey, you stuck around. How about some bonus fishing? Let's go. Just thinking, perfect setup. All right, stay on. What do we got? It almost feels like a northern. Oh no, it's a big old bass. How about some a bonus bass during bonus fishing, and a big one. There you go. That's why you stick around. Get to see a big chunker like that. It's probably about 16 inches, but it's over 3 pounds, I'm sure. Whew. Fishing an area like where we caught them down that shore, and also remembering how perfect a setup is when you've got a fishable edge here and the wind coming right down it. Oh, there we go. Another bonus bass. Future 20-incher. Those of you who stayed until the end, I appreciate you watching this video all the way to the end for some bonus fishing. Nice to get a few more in the boat. I'll see you next time.